Hello everyone. My name is Rage. And welcome to Battlerite. This game is incredible! So then obviously the pressing question is, what is this game? Well, for those of you that played Bloodline Champions, it is that, but oh, so much better, more polished, and just responsive to play for everyone else. I guess the easiest way to put it is imagine lol or Dota. Take two of the heroes/champions from that game, put them on a team, whack them in a little arena against two other heroes or champions, and have them fight to the death. No minions, no farming, no pushing, just pure who can use their abilities better to outplay the other. Now, that is grossly oversimplifying it, because the heroes/champions in Battlerite are way more in-depth, have a lot more abilities, a lot more nuance, there is a lot more aiming, a lot more movement, and just one hell of a high skill cap. So I'm going to hop into training real quick and give you a little bit of a look, because I don't honestly think there is a worse game to try and explain in an informative way while playing actual rounds against actual people, because I will say this now real quick, and the reason that I am so in love with this game, I have not had a game give me such heart-pounding, intense, adrenaline-pumping feelings like this game does in a long while. In the few hours that I have played this, have been pushed to the point where I have been so focused, so intense, the adrenaline has been flowing so hard as I am trying my hardest to kill my opponent in this beautiful dance of death, that I've actually forgot to breathe and realized once it was over I had kind of a oh god, like I could feel my heart thundering. It is just that kind of game, and that is something special. So here we are in-game in the training arena on one of my main two characters. His name is Croak, and he is effectively a badass frog dual swordsman, and he is goddamn agile, and I love it. So, every character has this row of abilities across the bottom of your bar. Everybody's got a mount that they can travel on, and you can also sprint on them with a yeehaw, which is a very nice touch. It's just a good way to get around the battlefield if you find yourself separated, and of course at the start, if you do get hit on your mount though, you do get slowed very, very much. You don't want to let yourself get attacked while you're on it. So, the characters all have an auto attack. In Croak's form, it's just a very, very rapid but slowly decreasing in speed series of strikes. My right click is a little bit of poison spit, which is lovely. My space is a double spin jump, which is just so much fun to use. I got myself a stealth that comes out with a stun, and then I've got just an extra dash, just for funsies, and then I can also coat my weapons in poison for a load more damage. And if I turn on infinite energy, you can see my ult, which is this lovely, cool guys, don't look at their poison, explosion of damage that goes splat. And you can also Beyblade really hard on this guy, which makes me very, very happy. Now, as you can see, when I attack things, if I turn off infinite energy, when I attack things, little glowing bars start lighting up at the bottom. That's your EX meter. It's kind of similar to a fighting game, and you use it to do moves. 4 of the bars lets you do your ulti, 1 of them lets you do your mini ulti, which is the key I've got as F there, and then if you hold shift, you can burn some of this meter to do an enhanced powerful version of your normal move. So in Croak's case, I can do enhanced stealth, which gives me a incapacitate, and then a stun afterwards, 2 stealths back to back. So there's a lot of tactical depths. Imagine being in this cluster hell of moves and fighting and combat, trying to desperately use all your correct moves at all the correct time, moving in the correct place, dodging, anticipating, strategizing, and it's just this beautiful ballet of awesomeness that is just fantastic. The center spawns these orbs that give you power. It's a good focal point and something you'll find a lot of people fighting over. So yeah, this is a very basic TLDR of how it feels, and I must say the combat is buttery smooth. The animations look great, it's responsive, the art style is really nice. I am going to put this out there. I don't think I've ever played, or at least it is in the top 3, a more polished and just working great early access game. And I very rarely don't have anything negative to say, but in this game I'd just be searching for nitpicks if I was to force myself, because really, for what it is so beautifully done, and I absolutely love it. So what I'm gonna do is hop into a little bit of a solo queue, because this game is definitely a lot more fun if you're playing it with your friends, as a clip that I will show you a little bit later on will prove. But initially I'll just give you a quick actual look at full-on player versus player combat. Welcome then everyone to the battlefield of Battlerite. The arenas themselves are just gorgeous. I love the art style of this game. It's a pleasure to play, and here is the Battlerite system. So every game, for every round that starts, you get to choose between one of 3 power-ups. For example, I'm going to take Spit, 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 which lets me do my right-click spit 2 times in a row instead of just once before the cooldown. And this system is really cool because every game you choose a different setup depending on how it's going, depending on your opponent's playstyle, and it effectively fills the roles as items, providing this neat little strategic difference between each round. Now, our opponents are very unfortunately playing a very irritating comp that I am actually not sure we're going to be able to beat. I'm going to just try and completely beat down on this old lady as much as I can, which is not something I thought I'd find myself saying often, but I guess this is now one of those moments. No! I was like an inch from killing her! An absolute inch! Come on! She's so low, please. Please, my friend. My fiery friend. He just got stabbed in the face. Oh. Now, I have not got a lot of practice in this game yet, so I do kind of suck, but still, it's so freaking exhilarating. And just you wait until you see what I've got to show you after this. So now I'm going to take Twin Strikes, which makes my Leapy Leap a lot more effective, because I do a nice extra chunk of damage afterwards, which is just wonderful. So once again, into the frame. My problem on this character is I'm really not getting the maximum DPS potential out of him, because he does have the ability to really destroy someone, but I tend to just get a little bit too defensive and attack at kind of the wrong times, and that obviously leads to a situation where we end up in, well, let's just say dire straits, like for example now when I am very low. But fortunately my ally is doing quite a little bit of work over there. Gonna double spit that because I get a little bit of health whenever that is successfully cast on someone. They managed to get their ulti off, so ooh, that was a very sudden turnaround on him. I'm kind of getting there. Gonna go into stealth, and oh nope, this is fine. I just gotta be so unbelievably careful right now. You have no idea. Okay, this is fine. I just got to survive. Oh! I just got to survive. Oh, I'm gonna spit on that. There we go.
Gonna do a prediction. Oh, no, unfortunately, he didn't decide that that is where he wanted to be. And there we go. Well done, my teammate there. I will thoroughly admit that was definitely a bit of carrying. Though, admittedly, because they were so desperate to finish me off, and I think I did a pretty good job at not dying. They were kind of in a situation where, do we turn around and fight the healthy guy, or let him kind of wreck us while we hunt down the injured allies? So there's kind of decisions that you have to make. You have to really decide who you're going for, when you're going for them, but most of all, you need to get good. Okay, there's no other way of saying it. You just really need to get good. And that's fine. Got a little bit of toxin in, because the old grandma's got a shotgun, which means at close range she is absolutely exceptionally good at completely and utterly bashing your face in, which obviously sucks a lot. Now this time I am getting a lot more aggressive and really going for her. There we go. Got that going on, and I might give him a little bit of an ult. That is his ult. Gonna do mine through him. Indeed, I managed to get it. Use my frog leaps to get a little bit of heal. Go stealth to get a stun, and boom! The job is done. You can't tell, but I'm doing a really cheesy thumbs up right now, and yeah, I did a lot of damage output. So you see how things swing from round to round. It's very visceral, and comebacks can be made. Yes, they can. We're going to go for crippling poison, because putting a 10% slow on someone is actually really ridiculously effective. The one thing I do kind of suck at is using the EX versions of my moves. I kind of forget they exist, but this kind of stuff comes with time. It's very much a game that rewards patience, learning, understanding. Don't get mad, accept your failings. And talking of not getting mad, I have to give massive props to this game for feeling like one of the most balanced multiplayer experiences I have ever played at launch. Like, nothing so far has made me gone, this is bullshit, that move is bullshit, that hero is bullshit. It's just not happened, and that's actually kind of ridiculous when you think about it. So I managed to get the thing there. We're gonna try and get a little bit of a stealth stun. Yep, there it is. We can work on this. So they're swapping their tactics now and trying to go for the fire guy instead of me, which admittedly is definitely a sensible tactic, but not one that is going to work, Sonny Jim. I will tank your ult. That was a mistake, but I should not have hit that counter. Actually, no, I don't think I did, but either way, we should not have triggered it, and boom, with a little slap in a back, he is now cut in half. The wow, that was really unnecessarily aggressive. So there it is, guys, a quick little bit of a look at the wondrous gameplay, and let me tell you, it is difficult to commentate this in first person. Didn't do as well as my ally, but did do better than both the enemy teams, so that's cool. So I'm currently in grade 10 Vanquisher, and to put it in perspective, people who were absolutely pro level at the previous game, Bloodline Champions, are currently playing in about grade 14 to 15, so I'm not actually horribly behind, but still, I have a lot of ways to go. So for now, moving on to possibly one of the coolest features and a sick little clip for you guys. So here we are then, in one of the most intense games I've played so far in Battlerite. This one honestly had me stop breathing, so maybe, I guess, medical warning for this game? I've never really felt the need to say something like that, but I guess this game might actually be so intense and adrenaline pumping, you might actually have something go wrong with you. Or maybe that's just me. So what it does, and this is truly a really lovely feature, is you have your match history and you can look at the replays, and they open up with this lovely clip editor, and you can use this to publish your clips to be viewed by everyone else in a game, and it's a really lovely way to share share cool-ass moments. So if I get this going, this game was ridiculous. So we managed to get a enemy kill here, which was lovely, but then, unfortunately, Hollow died as well. Now we're in a difficult situation because my final ally, Fluke, is a little bit low, but so is the fire guy. So I'm just like, screw this, you know what? I'm just gonna go for him. Fluke gets ulted down behind me, and I'm like, oh my god, it's 2v1. This is it. It's over, man. It's over. There's nothing I can do. So I dodge his charge and get lucky in that fire guy is here, though he does manage to dodge my ulti with his charge. He stands still and channels his 3-ball fire move, which was a very bad decision because now he is dead. So I counter and bubble myself a little bit of space, dodge the rock with a teleport, and I'm like, okay, I am in a 1v1. This is fine. This is totally fine. I just gotta stay alive, use my shield. Unfortunately, he didn't attack my counter, create space, and here he ults, and I know I can't dodge, so I just stand still and heal tank my way through it, which works lovely. I managed to counter his charge there, which would have stunned and killed me. I try and knock the center thing away with my bubble to grab it for the EX power, but unfortunately, he does body block it. But then I managed to nom him with Jaws, teleport back in, send him outside of the arena, do a lovely little bit of environment damage, and now I'm just kind of like, holy Christ. I try and go for the counter, but unfortunately he does the thing. I accidentally bubble myself out. I'm freaking out at this point. There's the extra charge in the center, but neither of us really care. We're kind of using it as a shield at this point, and I managed to counter him out the ring, and now we're in tiny little ring central again. My bubble is too much, and at this point I'm like, fuck it, I've got more health. I'm just gonna go for it. And then he dies. But then I randomly die. And it freaking counted as a draw. I was robbed. Oh. But I will say, it is one of the most fun things that has ever happened to me in a game in a long while. So if I then go on publish intense 1v2, robbed at the end, because let's be honest, I was, and then we get ourselves our publish on. This will eventually be part of all the things that you can view on this lovely, I think it's called the Odium, yes, and see, look, there is my latest video by Rage Gaming, Intense 1v2, robbed at the end, and then everyone can go on and watch that, give it some thumbs up, maybe give it a retweet, and just generally share your awesome moments, and I think that's a lovely feature for this game to have. So of course the most important burning question to be answered is what's the cosmetics like in this game? Because it's pointless being a master badass skilled destroyer feared throughout the lands if you can't look damn good while doing it, and it's actually very competent. Now you're gonna notice instant parallels to Overwatch, and honestly that's not a bad thing because the cosmetic system in Overwatch is pretty much top notch. So let's take our basic hero that everybody learns to initially play and have a quick little look. So you got your blue rarity basic recolors, you got your epic rarity which are a little bit more of a intricate recolor, and then on certain heroes you have yourself actual legendary skins, but unfortunately none of the heroes currently do have them. However, we do have weapon skins that are separate from the actual outfit that they're in, and we do have a few legendary examples of them, and they're pretty good. So we can change the type of the weapon, we can get a little bit more fancy with the epics and the colors. The weapons definitely do get a lot cooler with their rare and epic counterparts than the actual skins.
skin, and then we have the legendary. So for her, it's just straight up an aquarium on a stick, which is lovely and charming. Hell, you even have finishing poses, and is not the sassiest little face you have ever seen. She is going to murder you in your sleep. There is no other way of putting it, which is really, really cool. And then you've got various different mounts when you are running around the battlefield and Demonic. Oh, yes! So how do you get all this stuff? Well, you can buy it with the paid currency, or you can get it from chests, which, of course, contain a little bit of a random element. I've got a few here for you to see opened. Let's see what we get, because, of course, as is the theme these days, all games like this need chests to open. Go! Come on. Okay, I mean, that's alright. We got some rare meat, which is something I never thought I'd say in a video ever, but I'm happy with that. It's a very satisfying opening animation. I like that avatar. That's very edgy, spooky. I can definitely go around being a demon incarnate, as long as I keep informing my opponents in all chat that I am indeed demon incarnate. Alright, the next one, we have cheese. Oh, I kind of like that. The red old woman. That's pretty good. I'm a big fan of that old lady. You know what I mean. And finally then we have the super fancy gold chest, which is different from the silver in that it's guaranteed an epic as opposed to guaranteed at least a rare. So this is actually my first gold chest. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't. Oh, that's like the definition of failing me now. It's fine. It's fine because it's satisfying and it's a good system. And like everything else in this game, it is very, very, very polished.
So really, that's kind of everything you need to know about in a nutshell to do with this game. It's exhilarating, it's just intense to the extreme, and it is one of the most rewarding skill-based experiences I think I've genuinely ever played. It's got a lovely roster of champions, from old techie grandmas to the face of your mum, all the way to the edgelord, who is this kind of a really sassy shotgun or revolver type individual in this game. We got Norse Fleams, we got the Reptile. I love making people croak on croak, I have to say. We got Dynasty Warrior, we got Hair for Days, we got I Fell in Blue Paint, we have got Sassy McGurley, we got Ray from Hell, we got Goat Wool Pun Time Man. I mean, it's just all here. And of course, Pyro Crazy Midget. I mean, it's just really well done. They've said that all future champions you just get them for free. There's no buying or unlocking them, which is lovely. The microtransaction system seems very fair from what I've looked at. So really, it just seems like a great game with a lot of potential, and there it is. It's not often I praise a game like this much, but this one's earned it. My name has been Rage. Like you've enjoyed this, it really does help me in the channel. Let me know if you like little more nitty-gritty looks at like this, and yeah, share this around. It would please me, for that is your Battlerite. Oh, good boy.